This Badlands is incredible. Holy smokes, it's a three-seater.
What are you guys doing rooting around in my shed here?
How much would it take for you to lose your marbles? Yeah! Tell me what you'd want for everything.
$75,000.
Whoa! Step back in time. I love it. The strategy was go for the throat.
You guys want to go to the suicide shed?
Watch yourself here, Shell. Oh, I want that. Please?
I don't think so.
I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
It's a beautiful morning. We've got a pick to be had.
Straight north of Calgary and Wetaskiwin.
Looking forward to meeting Stan Reynolds.
I am,
wow.
too. Yeah, he's been around for a long time in this part of the province. Stan Reynolds has been a legend in this part for a bunch of years. He's been a big collector of automobilia, pretty much anything that moves, airplanes, military, and he's got a great museum. I heard that he's having a bit of a fire sale on some stuff because he's sold property and he's got to move, so that could be good.
Hey, look at the sign.
Well, there goes Stan
This
Reynolds.
must be the place. Wow. Look at this place.
That's unbelievable. Look at the old buildings. Looks like he's got some old outbuildings that he's had transported to here.
These are like airport hangars.
Yeah, really. Yeah, great Art Deco sign.
Let's go meet Mr. Reynolds.
Stan, how are you?
Well, I'm still alive.
Good to meet you. Scott Cousins. Stan Reynolds had an antique store for years and years in Wetaskiwin.
I started collecting in about 1948.
And the rest is history.
Stan's son wanted to clear the property. They allowed the museum to come through and take anything they needed, and everything else was up for grabs and priced.
Okay, so you guys want to go?
Yeah, we better go check it out. We met Mark, who's essentially his right-hand man. He asked if Mark could walk us around and gave Mark the authority to deal on anything we wanted to buy. Well, look at the cars, Sheldon. It's like a graveyard of cars.
Don't get started now.
I got to take a quick look at that. Wow. With rare exception, the majority of the cars were late 40s, early 50s models.
Wasn't the Hudson a classic in her day? You ever seen anything like this, Scott?
I can honestly say I have never seen anything like this.
Yeah, Stan's a self-made man, and he was a Royal Canadian Air Force pilot during the war. And after the war, when he'd fly over this area, he'd spot carcasses. It might be old farm implements, it might be automobiles, things that he went and salvaged and turned that into just a major collection. Brilliant when you think about it.
Yeah, although, holy smokes. See, that's what I want. Got the great fin on the back of it. Hey, can I get in there and take some hood ornaments off those?
I don't think so.
No? When you make them into an ornament that's on a wood block or something, I've sold those for good money. Looks like it's an Indian head. Oh, I want that. Please?
You can buy the whole car, probably around 200.
How about 10 bucks for the car? I'll take the ornament and leave the rest.
10 bucks for the car, 190 for the ornament.
Ah, you're killing me.
I love when Scott gets into a pick.
Sheldon, look at this. This is hilarious.
Oh,
it's like
isn't
a
that
conquistador.
beautiful? I sort of feed off of him.
Now, I have to say, I've never seen a conquistador hood ornament. I'm thinking if I can figure out enough of these, we might have to make an offer on the cars and just take the hood ornaments and leave the rest.
Oh, no.
Man, I love these hood ornaments. I guess we better go back in the direction we were going.
This is incredible, though, isn't it?
Well, it's an awful big shed. There must be some stuff in there.
Oh, a couple things.
Yeah?
Here it is.
Wow. Yeah, I think I'll take a walk down here.
All right.
Yep, and I'll cover the next aisle.
It was interesting when I started looking in the cases. Two things struck me. One, that there was some pretty interesting things, but the prices were outrageously high.
Boy, even I'm shocked at that price.
And if you were shocked at that one, you're going to be shocked at this one, too. And two, there were a lot of empty spaces. I get that feeling that we're not the first person in here. Not even the fifth person in here.
We were about the 15,000th people through there.
Yeah, lots of things have been sold out of here.
You see, you've got some hood ornaments. The ones I'm looking for are the old Pontiac ones with the Indian heads on them.
They went fast here.
These wrenches here, I'm looking for ones that have Harley Davidson or Indian or
No, those would have
Case.
already been sold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything that wasn't outrageously priced had been sold. The spear, it looks like it's got some age to it.
We were looking at the leftovers, and I could see why a lot of them were leftovers.
It's got 165. I don't, I mean, it's a neat thing. It's an interesting thing, but
They had goofy prices on them,
I could see us getting 75 out of that.
which means we offer 25.
Well, or maybe 30.
Like, I'd have to have more than that.
There's been a lot of people through here, and it's still here. We're here to buy if you want to sell.
It's getting older as it goes, right?
Yeah, and I'll be dead before it sells. What we're gonna do, I think, on some of these things that we still think you're too high on is we're gonna put a package together, and then maybe we're gonna try and do a bulk deal at the end with some of them, okay?
All right.
I'm not interested in any of this stuff at the prices that you've got on them. Buttons, military cap badges, all priced between $7.50 and $20 an item. But if you were to give me a blow-me-out lot price on all of them, so cheap I can't refuse it, I might not refuse it.
Like $1 a piece?
There had to be $1,000 worth of stuff at his prices, 40 bucks for all of them.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, perfect, good. I'm feeling better now. Once I made the deal on all those pins and cap badges and buttons, I was feeling pretty good.
Is that a powder horn?
Well, it could be. I'm not really sure if they're powder.
The strategy was go for the throat, quite frankly. Would you say 60 for the two of them?
Yep, that I can do.
What about these two powder horns? Could we say 60 on these two?
I could do 60 on those two.
Done.
Yep.
This old saddle maker's tree, what would you need for that?
Oh, 30 bucks.
I'm happy to say I was vicious. 30 bucks is fair. Let's say sold.
Okay.
All right? Perfect.
It seems like you got quantity on these scrapers. That's what that is, isn't it, Sheldon? It's a hide scraper?
Exactly. Sort of thing I'd say 15 bucks on.
I'd have to go 30 though.
I can't do that. Oh, another one of those scrapers right there. That looks to me like a better scraper.
That one I'd take a stab at 15.
Oh, you stabbed me all right.
Yeah.
If you want to be really generous, Scott, I would say 50 for the two.
I don't want to be really generous. I want to make money.
I can't do that much. For both of them, 80 bucks.
Is that your best price, or is that your...
That is just the absolute best price that you could ever get.
And is that your best price if we package them together with the other one over there?
Oh, the other one.
Yeah. His prices were way too high on all of them.
I'll put them with the other ones.
Okay.
And I know we're coming back to look at those before the day, and we're going to put a real stink bid on them.
Oh, I don't know.
The stink bid is you take the lowest possible amount that you think would be reasonable, and then you half it. That's a stink bid.
So, you guys want to go to the suicide shed?
Who wouldn't?
Sounds like our kind of place.
Go ahead.
Oh, you first, Scott. Really?
I'm not sure.
I
Just a
insist.
second here. Oh, cow. Watch yourself here, Shell.
Oh, yeah. I'm scared to touch anything because it could all come down on us.
What a pile of rusty old stuff.
Ah, the smell of oxidizing iron.
I got a feeling from Mark that he would be very generous. That's not a bad one, right?
It was becoming more evident that this stuff was either going to sell to somebody,
This is a nice one there.
or if it was metal, it was going to go to scrap iron.
What are we talking, a bucket throw on these?
Well, it was sort of like $5.
What if we took 10? Could you say a bucket throw at 10?
10.
10
How about
saws.
20 bucks for 10?
15 bucks is our final offer.
Okay, you twisted my arm.
Okay. What about these ridiculously big ice picks? Would you go a bucket throw on a few of these things too?
Yeah, I could.
Okay. I'm gonna haul these out of here before we kill ourselves. Thanks, Mark. I was getting really mercenary at that point. And I saw some branding irons. What are we talking, a buck a throw on these?
Okay.
We took them all. 59 branding irons at a buck a throw. Look at the construction of this shelf. And we'll move them quick to a dealer for about 300 bucks. That was the best deal of the day. Do you have like about a gallon of Varsol?
What do you want to wash? Your hands?
Yeah. And then at the very end, those 3 Indian stone pieces, the spear, and I put a real stink bid. 100 bucks for all of them.
Yep, that I can do.
And he took it.
Fun, guys.
So I think he had about 600 priced on those. I know we're gonna make money on those pins and cap badges because I counted at least 30 cap badges we can get $2 a piece for, and everything else is profit, profit, profit.
It was tough picking, but just meeting Stan was worthwhile. He's a legend around here.
Well, you take care of yourself, and we'll come back and visit you again. Okay, thanks.
To follow in a bunch of other pickers and then still bird dog a few good things, well, that's what we do best. And so we drove away with a few dollars in our jeans, even after the dry cleaning bills.
Well, we got down, we got dirty. Stan was an interesting fellow, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's an institution. Wow.
I tell you, I bet you if you sat down with him over a few beers, you'd hear some stories.
Yeah.
It's like we're on fumes. I see that little flashing gas tank sign there.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. We'll sit down and have a quick talk, yeah. You get the coffee? Well, Sheldon, we got a few picks and a lot of miles. Let's see where we're going.
It's north, up here at Lamont. That's the
way up
haul.
there.
Yeah, exactly. We got some serious mileage to put on. In fact, I think I should probably grab the wheel.
I don't feel good about that. After you.
Nice work there, Scott.
Thanks a lot for that. You remind me of a guy that you go out for dinner with that goes to the bathroom when the bill comes. Do you see how much it costs to fill this up? $100.
Yeah.
That makes this next pick that much more important that we got to get some stuff this time.
It was a little bit of a drive, but we thought, well, let's take a shot at this one. We heard about Dave.
Sheldon found him on the internet. I don't know what he was doing. Searching porn. I've got a feeling this is going to be an entirely different pick than we did yesterday.
Oh, yeah, this would be the place.
Holy smokes, I can see stuff in the field already. It looks like stuff everywhere. Yeah, he's got stuff. There's an old building filled with crap.
Looks like our kind of guy.
Well, hopefully I can find a nice motorcycle here.
It was kind of intriguing.
It's a little weird because there's like a snowmobile graveyard there. Possum Electric, there you go.
We didn't know what we were walking into.
You found it, buddy. You're taking the credit or the blame.
Hey, Dave, I'm Sheldon.
Sheldon?
Yeah.
Scott.
Scott?
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
You have a lot of stuff.
Everything and anything.
When did you start collecting, Dave?
20 years ago when I moved here?
Hey, everybody around here must know that you're the parts guy.
Oh, no, I keep it quiet so nobody was bugging me all the time.
Yeah, see, you've got a bunch of trains.
All kinds of stuff.
Dave had collections of collections.
And there's some really nice cameras up there.
Looking around, you never know if you see that one treasure.
Yeah, I'm more looking for the late 60s, early 70s stuff, or punk, which would be in the 80s. They're all too old for me.
That's Barbie dolls.
That it is. I'm not a big Barbie collector, but if I can find something right around the 1960 period, then I'll take a look at it. If it's any later than that, I'm not really interested.
Oh,
G.I.
right.
Joes, I'll look at as many as you got.
My poor G.I. Joe got burnt.
Dave's a real character.
Play a note.
She works.
Unlike some collectors, he brings it out and he's proud of it. Perfect mating of a man and machine.
That's the original advertisements for the Harley Davidsons. I got them out of Popular Mechanics books.
From my perspective, Dave was more of an accumulator than a collector.
Oh, Dave.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff in here, huh?
Way more stuff.
As I scanned the room, I saw there was a couple things that if we could get them for the right price, that we could make some money. I see you got a CNR lantern.
Oh, they're pretty expensive, those babies.
Pretty expensive is a relative term.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I would rather not sell them.
Dave's tough to do business with.
I think there's a little chip on the bottom in one spot.
That can make a big difference.
Yes.
What would you want?
$125.
Yeah, I don't think we can make any money off that. I think we thought it was going to be better than it was.
There's horsehair in there.
Yeah.
I took it apart one day and had a look at it.
What would you want for that one, Dave?
I got to get $50 out of that old bugger.
A little too rich to turn over, I think, at a profit.
All right.
If it's any good, he wants too much for it.
Head her on through.
All right. There were a few interesting things in one little display cabinet. You can see you've got some Inuit pieces here.
Yeah, this is stuff that I got when I worked in Alaska. You could go into a store up there and just buy it from the native Eskimos who made it.
That's incredible.
Okay, well, that's called baleen, and it comes from the mouth of the whale.
What would you say that ship is? It almost looks non-North American, doesn't
Exactly.
it? Now, is that a set of sealskin mitts back there or something?
Yeah.
And this is a real part of Northern Canadian history, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're lined with rabbit.
It's a great little collection, though. Tell me what you'd want for everything.
$75,000.
Whoa! Holy cow. Now, what's the one that's worth all the money?
The baleen boats.
Oh, okay.
They're $25,000 and $35,000 each.
I'm not sure where he got the impression that all of a sudden the baleen boats were super valuable.
And unless those things were filled with diamonds, they weren't worth the price he was asking. $25,000 and $35,000 each.
Each.
Whoa!
Or I'm not selling them.
After Dave said that he wanted $75,000 for the entire grouping, I thought I'd maybe come back, would he consider 20? But I was scared that Scott might have a heart attack and Dave would say, okay, sold.
I'm not touching them. I'm staying away. Well, I think you better put those back.
Why don't we take it?
Because I'm scared now.
We continued looking at more collections of collections.
Chainsaws, boat motors, really old buggers. Them too.
Here you go, Sheldon. I'm the Black Knight, you're the White Knight.
Dueling saws? I don't think I was really all that interested in buying a chainsaw, and it certainly took more of a man to handle that thing than I could ever do.
This whole era of Honda was when they were trying to distinguish themselves from the Harley-Davidson bad boys, you know? It's...
I'm making this one for my mom.
He just wasn't selling things that I was interested in.
Yeah, look at this, Sheldon. Look at the way, when you turn it this way, it looks like almost like a rocket. Once we're there, we're there. And we gotta buy something to make it worthwhile. Do you have any old motorcycle license plates?
Yeah, right here. Yellow ones are newer.
What would you want for the license plates?
I'll make you an offer on all of them.
I don't know, I could do $15 for the works.
I'd say they're gone.
Done.
Done deal.
We finally broke the ice, we finally made a buy. Let's see where it goes from there. Whoa, look at that. Whoops. Holy smokes, it's a three-seater.
I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, especially Dave's, and in particular, Scott's.
Yeah!
There's nothing there for me.
Whoa, there's my hat. And look at the look of it, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, here, I'll give you a push.
At this point, I'm thinking, how do we cut our losses here? That chain's seized up. Say goodbye to Dave and tell him it's been a great afternoon, but on to the next pick.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I figured the only way we're gonna salvage this pick is if I can buy a motorcycle off of him that we can make $300 or $400 on. Do you have any running motorcycles?
Yeah. Well, here they are, guys.
Oh, geez, yeah, you got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I walk in the shed and I see some interesting motorcycles. And I spot one that looks like it's in reasonably good nick. The Honda's the only one that doesn't look like it needs a bunch of work.
Okay, well, let's bring her out and fire her up for you guys.
I'm getting excited about that bike because I'm thinking if that thing runs, that's something we can sell. Oh, there you go. Sounded pretty good. The engine seemed tight on it. I think I'm going to take her for a test drive.
There you go.
And it's 1 down and 4 up.
That transmission's tight.
Yep, not very many miles on it. Should make her back all right.
Hey, if Scott don't come back, you want to go picking?
Sure.
Perfect. I can see him going off on the horizon. We might not see him again.
It ran pretty good. It had decent power for a little Honda 100. Any young kid can learn how to ride on it, and I do motorcycle swap meets, and those bikes sell all the time. I was going to do a wheelie, but it's been a while since I've done one of those. So.
Look at the smile on his face.
I'll tell you, I haven't had that much fun this pick. That's great. I was quite happy with that. Okay, why don't we shut her down and let's talk turkey on it. What do you want for this?
Well, I'd like to get 500 out of it with all the work I put into it.
I think the max retail on that bike's going to be $600 to $800, and I'm probably going to have to clean it up a little bit to get that kind of price on it. I know Sheldon. Sheldon's looking at it because he's thinking he doesn't want it because we're going to have to put it in the back of the truck. I'll tell you what I'm thinking, and I'm not trying to insult you, but I'm going to be reselling this, so I'm looking at the 175-2 range on it.
Well, I'd come down $100 for you.
I'm thinking, is there anything else I can throw into the deal to get the price down? I'm going to just take a quick look in the back room. There's this little bike. I just want to take a look at it. I'm just going to take it out in the sun. So I saw this little banana seat bike, not in real good condition, but it had a good look to it. That's a cute little guy, isn't he? Perfect for the kids to learn.
It's a little more my speed, Scott.
So I figured I'll see if we can maybe do a package deal on that. I'll tell you what, I'm prepared to go for this and the little bike, $270 final offer.
Well, I guess I could go for that. That'd be reasonable.
Okay, let's go sign her up.
Get the bill?
Get the bill of sale,
Okay.
and we'll get some cash for you.
All right.
That would look like fun.
That was a riot. I was happy because on some things he was just out into the moon, and other things he was really reasonable on. Because I do motorcycle swap meets, and guys are always looking for a nice period license plate to put on their bike. Okay, Sheldon, watch out. There you go. Okay, I think we got her, buddy.
All right, that's it for us then, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
Dave,
Thanks a lot for
great
coming,
meeting
guys.
you. It was a lot of fun.
You guys have a good one.
Yeah.
Take her easy.
Okay. Holy smokes, just the massive amount of stuff. I have some fun getting on that bike. I'd drive it home, except
Yeah.
you wouldn't see me for months.
Well, I'm going to pick up the speed driving home, so maybe you want to put the helmet on in the truck here. I got a call from a fellow by the name of Jim. Told me he had some really good stuff that he was motivated to sell. I love rolling into the yard and seeing a for sale sign.
And I thought, this is good news for us.
A golf cart starts zooming at us at breakneck speeds.
How's your day?
Hey, you'd be Jim Tilley.
That's me, the one and only. Pleasure.
So I see you've sold the place.
Yes, sir. It's just time to downsize.
And I'm trying to get my wife to convince herself that she will retire, and then we can take our big holiday trailer and go see some more of this country.
Well, so where should we start?
Well, we've got some pieces in the house.
Yeah, Jim had a house
Welcome to my humble abode.
and then several outbuildings, a couple of Quonsets, and there were things inside and out.
The more somebody has, the more likely we're going to hit a winner.
In this room here, we have a kind of a hockey sock full of different things.
I saw the toy truck, and I knew it was a Lincoln toy truck.
That little truck my wife has had for so many years. Actually, she was kind of reminiscing the other day about driving it around on the farm when she was in the sandbox and stuff as a little kid.
And I knew then I wasn't getting it for 10 bucks. Lincoln trucks are one of the toys I've sold a lot of, and there's a lot of people looking for Lincoln toys. So does that have some emotional attachment to her?
Not necessarily.
I said something like, well, would you take 50 bucks for it? And his eyes lit up when I said that, so I knew there was a deal to be made.
I think that will work.
Yeah, perfect. I figured that toy, we paid 50 for it. I think it's a pretty easy 125, maybe a bit more than that.
There's some photos over here, Jim.
These pictures do have some history.
Wow, what a great looking bunch of guys. I want that guy's hat.
Old photos are very marketable.
My grandfather was one of the carpentry foremen on Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens.
Wow. Oh, that's a Toronto picture, too.
Yes, they all are.
So it's got to be something with a little bit of pizzazz to it.
This was showing how the men used to have to put telephone poles up.
Wow.
With what they called them pike poles, I believe.
That set of 3, I thought, had some real kick to it.
I don't know. I think realistically, $50 for the 3.
for the 3? Yeah, I was thinking the same.
You guys, what, are you connected at the hip or what? Yeah.
He flips the puck over to me and I put it in the net.
So is that good for you?
It works.
Okay.
All right,
We'll
thanks.
put these over here with the truck.
Okay.
When we're on a pick, we'll buy anything we can make a buck on.
There was a soapstone carving.
What would you want for him?
Cash.
Cash it is.
How much cash? Inuit carvings are a hit and miss proposition because the big money comes when you can identify them to particular artists. I'm a picker, so I'd like to pay it very, very little.
I understand that. 20 bucks.
20 bucks, you know what? That was a number that was in my head, so I'm not going to negotiate on that.
The
I like
wheels,
it. I like it.
the wheels are rolling.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
There's great
Yes, it
things
is.
everywhere I look.
Well, that table there is a library table.
Yeah.
You got a cream separator on here.
They're quite decorative items, and it was pristine.
Well, this is a nice size.
You bet.
What
Yeah.
would you need out of that one?
We haven't got out of the house yet, so I'll leave the ball in your court on this one.
I hope Jim doesn't show us the door, but 60 bucks.
75.
I love the art of negotiation. I really, really do.
Are you carrying it?
Do I look silly?
Oh, that's a toughie, eh?
This is the way I like to deal. Just because you go into the bay and say they want $100 for that shirt doesn't mean I'm going to pay it.
Some
This
things,
guy's done this before, hasn't he? We thought, you know what? Let's see if we can package that with the desk. Interested in selling the desk?
I do believe.
well, it's a classic arts and crafts piece. It was in nice, original condition. I've handled lots and lots of these.
Right.
So to me, that's another sort of $100 purchase if you're interested.
Because why don't we just do 200 on the pair?
Yeah, then we're paying more than we
50
want on the
you're paying
separator, and more than
$50.
we want on the desk. You're a good negotiator. You give him the benefit on the 100, I give you the benefit on the 75.
My only question is this. If you read in the paper tomorrow morning that there was an A-bomb went off here,
That'll be your wife?
would you please come to my memorial service? All right, guys, let's make it happen.
Okay,
Let's
good.
make it happen.
175
For the
on
pair.
the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
We were trying to grease him up so that we could get something else out of him at a better price later. Jim, I saw something here, and I'm wondering if it's something you'd be prepared to sell. This lovely cowboy hat. It might even fit me.
That's a Biltmore.
That is a
That's
Biltmore. You know what?
That's a Calgary-made hat, self-styled by yours truly.
Jim shapes his own cowboy hats, and he shapes them just the way I like them. So what would you need out of a hat like that?
We got to start at least one.
One what? I'd like to pay 40 bucks for it. Put it back down there.
But if you want to add another 20 to that,
You are a hard bargainer. Does this look good enough for me to pay 60?
If you like it, you can't get too hurt on it.
it matches your canvas jacket.
You got a deal, 60 bucks.
You got it.
Very nice hat.
Looks good on you, my man.
Yeah, the ball was rolling. We were finding our groove.
Now, before you make too many inquiries, I will suggest to you that what you do see in here is 17 years of an auction sale junkie. That's me.
I'm scared now. Can I just dig around over there?
Certainly may.
When I walked into the Quonset hut, I thought to myself, not gonna be anything in there. Nope, you got some dead animals over here. Oh, a spoon collection. Less than desirable collectibles. Oh, that's nasty.
That is bad, isn't it?
In the back, I could see some trunks and things, and you turn around towards the door.
And these branding irons, would you part with them?
I'm going to keep one B, one X, and one half diamond. The others are for sale.
1B and 1S. Scott and I both have a soft spot for branding irons. That leaves 4 odd branding irons.
A lot of farmers will buy branding irons and they will screw them to the outside of their sheds as decorative items. Looks like either an odd S or an odd Z. If you can get one from an important ranch, that can be a really good branding iron. I think we need to do a bulk buy on those ones.
6 irons, what do you say, 90 bucks, 15 bucks an iron?
Yeah.
Done.
The interesting thing is, even at that price, he hesitated. And I'm thinking, we're paying you more than they're worth, and you're hesitating.
I felt very good about it.
Ah.
How many times do you see a bag of marbles and they're all landfill, right?
Yeah.
And look at this. One,
yeah, one,
two, for sure, 2 turn of the century marbles.
Good hunting. Where were you, in this
I was
box
just in
here?
this box. Let's see if there's any.
Keep digging, Scott.
More marbles. At the turn of the century, they had marbles that they actually blew from glass. The way you can tell the difference is because the ponto, and it looks to me like we've got a bunch of good ones in here. Most of them had inner cores that make them even more desirable.
For me, that's what makes antiques interesting. You know, a lot of the products that we take for granted today were made with quality in mind. They've stood the test of time, everything down to that little tiny glass marble.
You probably won't have to pay a lot for them.
I don't know, you're dealing with Jim.
What are you guys doing rooting around in my shed here?
How much would it take for you to lose your marbles?
Actually, what I prefer to find out is how much it's going to cost me to get them back.
Normally when you get a couple bags of marbles like that, you can hold them up and get them for $5. But Jim was tough.
I really don't know. Talk to me.
Well, here's the problem. When you ask me that question, I have to tell you the truth. Jim wouldn't set a price on anything. He made us tell him what we would pay. These ones are, for the most part, landfill. But there's a few in here that are good. They're good because these are turn-of-the-century marbles. I would give you 40 bucks for the marbles.
Sold.
I made him, I think, a pretty fair offer because I can tell you, he would have put those in a garage sale for like $5, and that's what he would have got for them. Wow. You know, I've got this thing about cowboy hats. Up hanging on a set of antlers, I saw another cowboy hat. Seems to be the same size as my head.
Every once in a while, we're buying for ourselves.
That's not too bad, is it?
You look
Now-
cool, my man. You look really cool.
Now, this is a bit of a beater. It's got a little wear inside there.
Yeah, it does. But that's called experience.
I hope you're going to treat me a little bit kinder on this one.
Just to show you that my heart's in the right place, we're going 6-0 on the brown one. We round it out to an even, nice little 100 bill, and you own the pair of them.
You know, Jim, this is way more than I would ever pay for a hat this bad, but I got to have it. So we got a deal.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Okay.
Yeah, but you gotta have the 2 good hats together. There you go.
See, I told you the top was most comfortable, right?
Now you're cooking.
Jim, it was a pleasure.
My man, I'll tell you what, it was a good time.
We
It was
got a
good
lot
time.
of good stuff, and we had a lot of fun.
You're gonna have to teach him how to wear hats there.
Yeah.
That's a plus.
Whoa. I'm getting back in the truck before I lose my hat.
Happy trails.
See you
See
later.
you guys.
Hey, well, that was one fun pick.
You know, that made the day. I wasn't sure what we were going to find there, but wow, we filled the truck at least. It was fun negotiating with him because he had it in his mind that he was going to be a little tough, and he was, and he didn't take any bull on anything. I'm wearing my new lucky hat right now. That's for tomorrow. This Badlands is incredible. It's just amazing how this just sort of sits right in the middle of Alberta, and 30 miles on either side of it. You do not like that.
You'd never know it was here.
Yeah. I can't believe I've never stopped here. This is just fun. Yeah, it's just amazing.
We've got another pick to go to. In Wayne, an old coal mining town. Lots of coal around here.
I would never have thought to come here had it not been for the phone call.
I'm Fred, and I live in Wayne, Alberta. Been here for 54 years, raised in the old Last Chance Saloon.
My understanding is the bar's not going to be running much longer, so we might have a chance.
The bar is for sale.
Who knows? There could be something in there. There could be something real good.
Ever considered a change of career?
Not in Wayne.
Current population in Wayne today is 27 people.
Wow, look at this. Step back in time. I love it.
Let's just walk in, scope the place out, figure out if there's anything here for us or whether or not this is a wild goose chase. Looks like you on Saturday night, that guy with the boots up, head down. Well, ready?
Yeah, let's go in.
Howdy, fellas.
Hey.
Hey,
How we doing?
great place you got here.
Oh, thanks.
I heard the bar was for sale, though.
Yeah, I've been at it for 27 years, and just time to semi-retire. Whoa!
That I love.
Well, it's really interesting, isn't it?
The saloon was built in 1913.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
This was a coal mining town, gotten a lot of history from old timers that used to live here. There's some artifacts from the mines and the houses that were here back when the place was booming. By the middle 50s, all the mines in Wayne were closed.
Everywhere I look, there's fantastic stuff.
Collected a lot of this stuff from when I was a kid, not knowing that, it would become my favorite things later on in life.
What's the story on the photo of Wayne?
Well, that photo was from the early 20s. We had over 2,500 people. We had stores, banks, booming
The
town.
circa 1900 strip mall.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that photo something that you'd let go? I'm sure 1,000 people have asked him if he'd sell it before.
Probably not. That was a gift from an old friend of mine, actually.
All the good things are gifts.
All the good things are gifts, yeah. This whole bandbox in the corner here, my friend Ted Carter, he gave it to me. It came out of the old bus depot in Calgary. I'll get her fired up.
That's really interesting. Oh, here we go. Wow. The lights are on and everything.
Yeehaw!
Fantastic, eh?
That's beautiful. I can see that in my house. Have you ever had any good offers on it?
10 grand on that.
Wow.
Yeah. Ted wanted it somewhere where basically the whole world could see it, and that would be here at the Last Chance Saloon. We're kind of a crossroads to the world.
We wanted to own a piece of that, but it wasn't going to happen.
What about the boar's head?
A fella hunted him with a bow in northern Alberta.
Seriously?
Yeah, had his stuff, brought it home to his wife, and his wife said, not in my house.
Could that be up for sale?
It could be, yeah.
What would you want for that?
Well, good question. If I did sell it, I'd probably have to maybe talk to the owner. I know he gave it to me, but he might have fallen in love with it since then.
Maybe his wife has too, right? He wants it back. The carrot is dangled and then it's snatched away. That's really tough for a picker. I found a stereoscope and some cards. Is that something that you might be interested in parting with?
I think we could.
Before moving pictures, that was a way to get you into places that you'd never seen before, and in 3D.
Well, that's interesting. There's no question about that. The Theater of Satan.
Now, the stereoscopes themselves are not that hard to find, but the good cards are. What would it take to separate you from the stereoscope in cards?
Probably around $225.
His prices were through the moon. I think one of the reasons may have been because he wasn't interested in selling it.
Niagara Falls.
Oh, yeah.
People made offers that were ridiculous. And so that's what he thinks the price is. Well, there's a lot of stuff we'd like to buy, but I think you're attached to most of it.
I am attached to a fair bit of it, all right.
That's the peril of being a picker. People think they want to sell, and then when push comes to shove, they're just not ready. Well, maybe that's one to leave here, if you don't mind, just aside for a minute.
Yeah.
What's happening here today is exactly what I feared might happen. That fly cop sign. Looks like it's from sort of the 1930s, maybe 40s.
As far as selling it, somebody wanted to buy it last week.
And what did they offer you?
They didn't offer because I told them it wasn't for sale.
Okay, well, is it for sale today?
What do you offer?
Everything I was asking about, he couldn't part with. What do you want?
1,000?
No, it's not worth 1,000.
There we go then.
So he wouldn't part with bull snake on the wall up there. Is that something you would consider moving?
No.
So he had to talk to somebody about parting with it. The boar's head, do you have to make a call on that? And then he wouldn't talk to somebody about parting with it.
I better hold on to it. I'm just sorry to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't sell it.
From time to time, I do sell stuff out of my saloon. The majority of it I like to keep.
Hey, time to make a couple last offers and move along.
You got a Coke button in the back room. What are you thinking about that?
Oh, it's worth a couple grand.
Couple grand.
Yeah.
Couple grand. Come on now, friend.
Yeah, and I always laugh when I see people putting huge prices on those things because they think they're rare. Well, every corner store in Canada had at least 2 of them.
This one happened to be all shot up.
That would work out to about, what, $400 or $500 a hole?
About that, yeah. When I buy stuff for myself, a lot of people will give me a bit of a deal on it because it is for me and I'm gonna keep it, not just turn it over.
That come from around here too?
Did, yeah. Another gift.
When it comes right down to it, we just can't afford to pay for sentimentality.
Just before I leave, can I get one of these jalapeno pickled eggs to go, please?
Oh, yeah, you gotta try one of them.
I love pickled eggs.
Hoo-wee.
Smell that,
Smells
eh?
like the prairies, yes.
That'll be $1.50, please. Thank you very much. Well, it's always good to make a sale, regardless.
That is beautiful. The best thing about that pick was the pickled eggs.
I'm glad they were here and I enjoyed their company.
I'm really glad I got to see the Last Chance Saloon. Probably my last chance to see it. Wasn't great picking, but there's always another pick, and there's not always another pickled egg. Scott and I have a pretty good broad knowledge on a lot of things, but certain things we have associates that are experts. Sid's a friend of both of ours. We both respect his opinion.
And I take a few pictures and emailed them to Sid last night. Now we're gonna give him a call and find out what he has to say.
Hey, Sid, it's Sheldon. Scott sent you some photos. There was that truck.
Would you take $50 for it?
Did you get a chance to look at it?
I did. Nice truck. These are really popular with collectors in Canada.
Do you have a feel for a price, Sid?
It should sell for somewhere between $150 and $200.
Oh, excellent. Hey, that's good news. There was 3 photographs.
Realistically, $50
$50
for the 3?
Yeah.
It works.
Okay. So I'm dying to know what you think they're worth.
As a collection, they might be worth more than individually, but you should easily get $50 to $75 a piece.
Excellent. Excellent.
That's one we'll make a buck on.
Last but not least, my marbles. What do you think about them?
Yeah, that was an interesting group too.
I would give you $40 for the marbles. Give me the good or bad news.
You probably can get $10 to $15 a piece for those nicer ones. The other ones, $5 to $8 each.
Hey, fantastic.
Yes, excellent again.
Hey, good luck on the road.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Sid. See ya.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You do want to drive?
I'll drive.
I don't like that.
I like to keep you on edge. We've made a few bucks and we're on our way to pick some more, so that's really encouraging.
Away we go.
Yeehaw!
There's a huge mound of stuff. I ain't leaving without at least getting it out.
You're probably finding stuff you don't even know you have.
Yikes. It immediately gave me a shiver up my spine. Creep show central. Oh, my Lord. So what would something like this be worth?
$1,500.
Seriously?
It is.
Big day today.
You're gonna have the best auction this town's seen in a long time. 666. I really, really, really wanted that gas pump.
The bidding was going to be tough. It was going to be a tough sale to buy at. On guard, little Scotty, let's go.
I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and bars. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us. Nothing like an early morning Ontario picking day.
Love Southern Ontario.
You know, talking about things women don't get. They don't get Jerry Lewis, right? They don't really get fart jokes, right? And they don't get gas pumps. I've never met a woman that looked at a gas pump and went, wow.
I'm with women on 2 out of 3. So we've got a lot planned here.
So we're going through London, we go over to Paris.
Yeah. Then we'll backtrack to Ingersoll. We've really done well here before.
I look forward to seeing Marty again, too.
And then from there up to Brussels.
Oh, cool. We're doing London, Paris, Brussels.
The European tour, all in Southern Ontario.
Okay, so you get the tip, I'll start the car.
Hey, I got the tip the last time.
That's the way it should be.
You ever been to Paris?
I've never been to Paris, Ontario.
Is there any other Paris? You're gonna love this. We're going to see Robert. His father, Bruce, was a collector extraordinaire. It's going up to auction, but here's the beauty. We're getting to sneak in before the crowds.
Nope, there it is. Gotta be it, there's a tent.
This is the place.
Yeah, look at this.
Wow, look at all the pumps.
Wow, it's
look at all
incredible.
the gear
Oh,
outside.
look, a double-decker pump.
Yeah.
We're getting in early, but we are looking for some of the stuff that wasn't intended for the auction.
Tractors.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at this little honey hole, eh?
Bruce was a big collector, almost notorious in the area.
Love the taxi pinball.
And he had decided about 6 weeks ago to have an auction sale and sell it off. And unfortunately, he passed away before the sale. But his son was moving the stuff that he and his dad had decided to move together. Scott,
How you doing, Scott?
nice to meet
Bob.
you.
Sheldon.
How you doing, Sheldon?
Looks like he was quite the collector.
Oh,
Or you're responsible for part of this, too.
a little bit. Not as much as he was.
Did your father work for Coca-Cola?
He did. He started just before the war. He worked there until the 70s.
Bruce was a Coca-Cola salesman. So do you have any salesman samples or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, there's a few around.
Yeah, see, these are good ones.
This one's in really good shape.
Nice 1930s thermometer with the silhouette girl on it.
That's actually scheduled for the auction.
Are these globes originals? That white rose looks right.
The white rose
Yeah.
is original. The
Super
It's
Test.
original.
I'll show you this.
Oh, yeah.
You've probably heard of white rose,
Yep.
but I don't know if you've ever seen red rose.
I've never seen red rose. And those are original.
These are original,
And you got the mate for
and
it.
I got the pair.
Oh, my Lord. To the right guy, that's got to be $1,000 a side.
I would think.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, are they going in the auction or?
They're supposed to be going in the auction.
You don't mind if I snoop in here, do you?
Nope, go ahead.
Yeah, watch him. Soon enough, he's going to be asking to crawl under your bed.
Yeah.
Only if you got stuff. Quite the license plate collection.
Yeah.
Just as an idea, some of the earlier plates, what would they sell for?
They usually go 20 to 50 bucks a set.
And all the oil tins going in the sale?
Yeah, pretty much so. There's quite a bit in here that's going to be scheduled for the auction, but there's a few things I was going to keep myself in that.
And you're gonna let us buy them from you?
Maybe.
You got some great stuff here for the auction, and we're gonna come back for the auction, but what do you got today that we can buy right now?
Well, let's see what we can find.
Always want to look at gas pumps. That's nice.
That's actually scheduled for the auction as well.
Bengal double visible gas pump. If you're going to zero in on one item in the whole auction, that was our star.
You're gonna have the best auction this town's seen in a long time. So we can buy stuff in here, right?
There's other stuff in here you can go wild at.
Oh gosh, wow.
Wow, you got some inventory here, Bob.
There's a huge mound of stuff.
Literally a mountain.
Wow, wow, wow.
There's lots of different things in that,
Isn't that a primitive chair?
That's an old ball.
full of golf balls.
That's a beaut.
We're probably finding stuff you don't even know you have. Scott and I are gonna send you a bill for the cleanup. Scott definitely is looking for height and vantage points.
Oh, I see something. I'm going for the hockey games. Hockey games are really good sellers. Gives me the opportunity to get up on top of that pile of stuff and see if there's anything good in there. There's also a miner's helmet over here. Sheldon likes to wear those.
And this is what makes Scott the Kenny Linsman of pickers. I would love to present you with the Academy Award. Could you keep your speech short this time?
Yeah.
He's a climber, has been since he was 2 years old.
I'm in for a penny, I'm in for a pound, it looks like.
Looks like you're in for 160 pounds.
I wish. If you're afraid to climb, if you're afraid to get dirty, you shouldn't be in this business.
You say you're too old for this?
Yeah.
And I got a couple years on you, buddy.
It's not the years, it's the mileage.
And that's why I pick with Scott.
We got the Sears All-Star Hockey Game. The only thing that's really of any consequence out of these things are the men. How the hell am I getting out of here?
I spotted a little closer to the ground, little bundle of fishing stuff.
I don't know what's in it.
Some lures.
I don't know, just $20 worth of stuff in there?
The men are all gone out of this game.
How can I make a buck on that, though? It's 20 if I'm using it myself, for sure.
The games are a dime a dozen. Everyone wants the players. No guys in that one either.
Oh, maybe 15.
Man, you're tough.
He's probably looking down at me right now, so.
Thinking, sell some of this stuff.
What are these?
Those are 2 cast iron birds. I know he paid $100 for them.
This can be a really interesting situation. I can't pay that. So you're negotiating with Bob, but Bruce is always hovering in the background.
If he got back what he paid for them, then I'd let him go.
If I saw him in an antique shop for $100, I wouldn't buy him, right? So,
How do you put a value on sentimentality?
oh,
You'll probably see some toys in there.
you wind this baby up.
Never falls off a table.
Yeah. They make new ones like this, but they're not nearly as cool as this. Oh, it is a Marks. 1950.
These are all mine from when I was a kid.
If you were interested in selling them, I'd be interested in buying them. And are you prepared to sell them?
Well,
How much for the box? He did the old grimace, which I knew it wasn't going to be cheap.
the lowest I'd go is 1,000 for the lot.
I think you're going to enjoy those for a long time because there's no money for us to be made
I know,
on that.
I know.
He quotes me a price that's so high that he can live with it if I take him, but he knows I'm not gonna.
Hey, Bob,
Yeah,
what would you want for that?
how about 25?
Man, that's what a picker's gonna sell that for.
Now there's something that's sort of disgusting. The old fly strips.
Yeah.
Nice, colorful box with a guy standing on there.
Original box, 3 for 10 cents.
I'll take them.
Not only was it advertising, it had some of the strips inside it.
What would you need out of that? I was gonna say 10.
Make it 15.
Done.
Okay.
Sometimes you just want to get a deal going and to make them think, hey, these guys are here to buy. You break the ice. So what would you want for a paint tin? I don't normally buy them.
Probably about 15 bucks.
Done. So I'm buying things I don't even care about. Got the ball moving, and then I pass it off to Sheldon.
Hey, Bob,
Yeah.
can I ask you about this box here? Pine is good in our area. We don't see very much on the prairies. It was exposed dovetails. So what do you want for part of a box?
Probably about 40 bucks.
I was gonna say 30.
40.
35.
35.
35 it is.
Okay.
What about the door?
It's pretty old too.
That's a nice door.
Just like at an auction sale, you want to get the bidders into the flow.
50 bucks.
40?
Even the glass alone is worth that much.
Well, we're gonna probably break it on the way home, so it's gonna cost us double that.
The other thing we're trying to do is set our price point down low so that when we get to a better item, he's already thinking we're cheap, so the price is gonna come down.
Okay.
Done. 40.
40.
Thank you. Scott, we're on a roll here.
Look at these wheels, Sheldon.
75 bucks for the pair.
Gotta take those.
Okay, you're moving them.
I'll wheel them over to you.
There's something else back here that I can't figure out what it is. Hey, Sheldon, don't you like these things? It was a wooden bicycle wheel, highly sought after by guys that collect vintage bicycles. It's hooked on something else. I ain't leaving without at least getting it out. In the back, I can see a couple of grain scales.
That's one of them anyway.
That's one.
Cast iron, well made.
Let me pass that one to you. So, given that I climbed in there to get them, what are you prepared to do on these?
This looks like it's a meat hook, eh?
Yeah, I don't think it is, though. I think it's just a big grain scale. We can always sell grain scales in our market.
The lowest I'll go on these is 25 a piece.
I think that's a fair price, Sheldon.
Yep.
Okay, shake the man's hand.
All right, before I do, here's a wooden bicycle wheel. You take 10 for that?
No, we gotta go 15. Gotta go
15.
15.
Done. Perfect.
We did some damage in there.
Yeah.
Scott and I find guys that collect so much, they need shipping containers for overload. And sure enough, this is the case.
Wow. Pony boy. I used to be good at this, but not anymore.
Need some practice.
That was years and years ago. Let's see what these look like. It's not the worst one I've ever seen. So what would you want for these?
If you give me 50 for these two, you can have that for 15. 65.
60 bucks.
Ooh. All right, 60.
Done.
All right.
See the cigar cut?
It's an early one.
1875. It's quite a nice one.
And this was not made for cutting a cigar. It was for
No.
cutting a whole
Plug.
wad of tobacco.
Whole plug. I like to get 100 out of it.
75?
85.
Okay, you owe me one.
The ball is now starting to roll, and if we find that great item, we've got a rapport with Bob, little give, a little take. We just have to find the item.
This one's got the base. Oh, in Arcos. These are the old oil bottles. Oil bottles sat between the gas pumps at a gas station. When you wanted a quart of oil, they just grab the bottle out of the rack, pour it into your vehicle. The only reason why this one's collectible is because it says an Arco on it, right? 99% of the bottles you see are generic with nothing on them other than 1 quart glass. What would one of these quarts sell for, and what would the pint sell for?
Normally around here, we'll usually get about 165 for the quart. And usually about 2 1/4 for the pint.
Yeah, and I think you probably do better here with them than we do out west. But for a couple of pickers who got to try and take them west and make some money, what would your best price be on the 3 of them?
375.
My thought was 300. That was where I was coming from.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure if we can find the right guy, we're okay. But whether we're going to find the right guy. How about 3 1/4?
If it was 350, I'll do 350. That's the lowest I can go.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
We haven't bought a good one of these in a while. That's what people collect, is name brand oil and gas products. We scored.
Your dad, Bruce, would he have enjoyed this today?
Oh, yeah, for sure. He would have loved it. I think he's watching from up above right now. So.
Saying, you sold it too cheap.
I know.
Somebody will want these for the front lawn. They're nicely rusted, too.
Those were an easy buy at 75, and we'll make good money on them.
I figure that's a good item because there's guys that collect things to kill pests with.
Thank you, Bob.
Okay,
If we're going to be back for the auction,
bring lots of money next time.
well, I'm thinking that we might get better deals at the auction.
Yeah, right. Sale day is just around the corner, and Scott and I are really excited. Thanks, Bob.
See you,
Okay.
Bob.
All right.
Take care, guys.
Yep. You know, I would have loved to have gotten more. The best things are going on the auction. That's logical.
Yeah, that's the way it is. If we can pick up either of those double pumps for 5, 6 grand, might be a good idea. If I can pick up the Coke Silhouette thermometer, 400 on that.
There is some stuff we could do well on. All depends on price. Hey, we haven't seen Marty for a while. That should be interesting. Marty's a contact that Scott and I have used before for finding goods.
You should try it.
And I once sold at auction for $5,000.
I'm sitting in a $5,000 chair?
We were hoping that if he came across something good, he'd give us a call, and sure enough, we got that call. We're gonna go see Marty.
I think this is it
This
right
is
here.
the one right here. Yeah, you
Oh,
got it.
tight. Little tight for Betsy here. See if I can get through there without taking the wheels out. We understand that Marty's cleared out a house of sorts. We're not sure what he's got. Well, we've got some good stuff off him last year.
Yeah. I'm excited. This should be good, Scott.
Yeah. Anyone home?
There he is. Hey, how you doing?
Good
to see you.
Yeah, good.
So what's the story with this place?
It's a retired veterinarian's place.
So how old is the fella?
He's 86. There's 3 generations.
Oh, okay.
All veterinarians.
I basically just bought it all in bulk after scouring it for a few hours.
Let's
It's
take a look.
all over. Well, this was his office.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff.
Check this out.
Oh, geez, yeah. I've had lots of doctor's bags, but I haven't had a vet's bag. Teat dilators. I think I'll leave that one for you, bud. Oh, that's nice. Permaglow arterial embalming fluid. Oh, look at that. He's got surgical instruments in there with syringes and all kinds of prods and things like that. It's almost like a horse dental kit.
There's people out there that like to collect anything that has to do with death and poison because it is creepy, and it's because it's not something you can just find in any antique store.
They are some of the weirdest devices I've ever seen. This is a real find.
If you want to pull it outside, go ahead.
Bunch of stuff in there. I've dealt in medical instruments many times,
Hey, this is cool.
but have 3 generations of medical devices, you just don't get them anymore. Why don't we take a look at some of this stuff and see what we got? This is bizarre.
These are really interesting little bottles, aren't
Yeah,
they?
and I mean, there are guys that collect nothing but poison bottles.
To see a whole crate of them, really rare.
So how many do we have?
I count about 50.
So what would you want if we took the lot?
I'd like to get about $10 a bottle.
I'd like to pay 5.
I'd like to win the lottery this Friday.
I could go as low as 400 on 50.
Done. Turn of the century, cobalt blue poison bottles have a market. Whoa, this looks cool. What's this?
So it's a little portable apothecary.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably 1870s, 1880s.
Oh, there's a secret door. Yeah, I was wondering why it was so shallow back
I'm
there.
intrigued. The box was a piece of craftsmanship. It was really jewelry in wood. 125 plus years later. So that's a real treasure.
The question is, Marty, what do you need out of a little item like this?
It's one of the gems in the collection. My best price is... I'd have to get 300 out of it.
Would you go 250?
This is going to be a real interesting negotiation because Marty's no dummy. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's got. And it's a really high quality item.
I doubt they've ever come across something like this before, and especially in such large quantities.
We don't want to go through them individually. He might realize it's a lot better than he thought it was if he actually goes through them all. Yikes. Oh man, is this creepy. I opened it up, but it immediately gave me a shiver up my spine.
It's a trepannery kit. It's essentially used for drilling and digging and scraping bone. So it's real precision stuff.
Well, it better be if you're cored into somebody's head.
Exactly.
The thing with medical instruments, the gorier, the better.
They appeal to so many different types of collectors of medical stuff. Whether it's people like, morticians.
Serial killers.
And if you've got the money to display something like that on your shelf.
Oh yeah, you're gonna really pick up girls with that on the shelf. So how much is this?
But I wouldn't let you walk out of here with it for less than $1,000.
$1,000 bucks. So I'm going to try a tactic that I used on my buddy Sheldon years ago when I bought his garage off him.
What Scott means by that tactic is he's going to take advantage of Marty, just like he took advantage of me.
I'm going to try a different tact here.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and value the top 3 or 4 items, and then I'm going to try and get close to that price for everything. What would it take to drive away with all of it? Rather than us trying to dick around and figure out what's what. Buy it all, then we take it home and research it.
Everything we see in front of us?
Yeah.
You guys can play with it. Last one alive wins. 2,000 bucks.
If we hit a home run on the bone drilling thing, well, all the rest is profit, and there's some good profit there.
I don't know. It's a flyer, but it's a good flyer, I think.
Yeah.
Done.
Good stuff.
We just hit the mother load. And now you know, Marty, you find creepy stuff, you know who to phone.
I'm going to straighten out all these poison bottles here. We don't know whether, when you find that many, it actually decreases the value or increases the value. See if I can get a picture of this. So there's one. It's so funny, because I just met Glenn a couple weeks ago, and he says, "Do you ever see poison bottles?" And I said, "You know what? I see them, but I don't know that much about them." And he says, "Well, here's my card. If you get them, send me a picture."
And here's the ultimate stash of poison bombs.
Yeah. So I'm going to email these to him, and then maybe he can give us an idea of what they're worth. This kind of a pick doesn't come along very often.
We're going home with some good items. Hey, thanks, Marty.
Best of luck with that stuff.
If we do really well, it could be our new specialty.
Yeah, stinky, creepy stuff. Okay, thanks a lot. See you again. Whoa, yeah, it's got the cool and creep factor.
Hey, it's sale day. This should be fun.
I've seen you auction so many times. You're one of the few guys I can understand. You know, most auctioneers, I can't understand a word they're saying. I just sort of listen for the number and go, yeah, that's okay. I'm good with that one. I'd love to get those palm presses.
Gas pump, maybe?
One of the double visible gas pumps.
It's going to be some competitive bidding here today. Oh, yeah, here we go. Look at all the cars are out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
People are here already for the viewing.
It's a great day for an auction. Can't wait. I love an auction sale. The electricity was great. I love the build-up and good stuff to find, too.
Elvis is in the building. For the most part, I avoid auction because there's too much competition for good items.
We were going to be in a competitive situation. It was a big sale, well advertised, and the first thing we did was try and zero in on just a few items. Where's the Coke stuff?
Right
Here we go, right here.
Yeah, see, it's got repaint there, and it's got a touch of repaint right up at the top.
Yeah.
This one's a good one, though.
Yeah. But look at this.
Kid's dental chair, yeah.
I bet when the kid walked into the dental office and saw that. That's a star, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a Canadian one, which is good.
Yeah.
This has got really nice brass work on it.
They're tough to find in our market.
If we could pick it up at $5, I gotta buy her $6,500. It was a beaut. All the metal was good, the base was good, original cylinder.
The hoses were good.
The hoses were good. So if you're gonna go for any of them, that's the one you go for.
Gonna be fast and furious bidding here today. Lots of competition.
I'm prepared to have my hands like this for the entire day.
It's an auction, Scott. There's gonna be some stuff that goes really high, but there'll be some bargains here too.
Take a run at the Coke items.
You're gonna get some Coke items probably early, just the way they're situated near the podium there. That might be an opportunity if not everybody's here. That might be an edge. You bid on some of the stuff you're interested in, I'll bid too.
I think we should have one tag, not two tags. I don't want you having a tag. I do not want you to have a tag.
My partner thinks that we only need one number, but I think we need two. Oh, that's a good number for him.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Hey, Scott, I just registered you. You got your own number.
666. Good to see you, Bob.
How you doing?
Oh, hey, Bob.
Yep. How you
Big,
doing?
good.
Yep.
Big day today.
Oh, she's a big one.
Yeah.
Excited?
Oh, yeah. A few people here now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You must be meeting a lot of people that knew your dad.
Oh, tons.
This fellow, Bruce, was a well-known collector. Some people wanted a piece of Bruce, a memory, and other people were there to add that one piece to their collection. And it's a rare opportunity when they can fill it, and all they have to do is outbid the guy that's there today.
Hey, buy a pal.
75, 50 bid, 75 and $100 now, $100 at a quarter. One bid, 125, 150 here, 125, $60 here, $60 over there, $70 here, and $80.
Auctioneers speak in a language that is foreign to most people.
80, 90, 90 here, $100 here, another bid, one here, 50, 75, 175.
It's called speak fast and confusing so that nobody understands what you're saying, so they'll bid more money than they want to pay. And then they'll have buyer's remorse. That's what we call that language.
20, now 5, 25 over to 2, and another, how about 100? $50, maybe going to get 55, help yourself. Now here's a couple real nice Coca-Cola thermometers, guys. $200 here, another 2, $1 and $200 here, one bid, $200 here,
Two, he's asking.
$150, $100 one, one and a half at the back, now 2, $200 2, now 50, now 4, $400, 50, $400, now 50, now 700, they get 7, now 7.
One of them was near mint, maybe a 9 out of 10. The other one was a great thermometer, but it had some chips down the side.
950. Sold $900 your way, Gordy, 900.
There were good things. The bidding was going to be tough. It was going to be a tough sale to buy at.
Okay, now we're getting into the globes here, guys. Where's all the Bengal?
The problem with glass globes is they can be reproduced really easily. It's very, very difficult to know whether you've got new old stock. In other words, somebody fished it out of the basement of a hardware store, or you got a reproduction if you don't know the provenance. That's an example of a knockoff. And a lot of those were in that real gray zone that you just couldn't tell. And when you can't tell, don't buy it.
Hey, we got the fencing gear. I got it. There's something I don't think I ever sold before. Well,
Sold at 150 to Pier Lantern. What do you get there? 70, 50.
Well, I ended up bidding on a few things, and some of them were sort of impromptu things. I didn't know I was going to walk away with a pair of foils, and that was okay.
Anyone that buys these things should have to wear them. Okay, actually, that's a good thing because I can disguise my face while I'm leaving.
What are you, the unknown picker?
Yeah.
All right, you got the Super Test Safety Service Box. $40 over there, $50, 75.
No, what are you doing?
$50 here, $60 here, $50 here, 50 and 60 last call, $50, 16. Sold $50, 313, $50.
All right.
Super Test. And it's full. The deco's gone. About the Super Test first aid kit.
You're not serious with any of this, are you?
I'm absolutely serious.
I cannot believe that my picker partner bought this. I don't want to be anywhere near those things for the rest of the trip.
Oh, look at here. Could be anybody's girlfriend. All right, sell that mannequin. Someone give me
Don't
200.
even think about it.
Put her between us
No.
and the truck?
No.
Just as like a referee.
No.
Anybody give me $100 for the mannequin? $100.50 where?
Come on, Scott. One shot at her?
No.
Not a bit of 41, 41. I'm at 125. Hold it to 51, 51.
Not even think about it.
$100. Anybody give me 100? You bought her, sir, for $130. Hey, good luck.
I should have a shirt that says, I'm with Stingy.
Now, folks, here's your highlight of your pumps. You got the Bengal Double Clear Vision. There's a
Here we go.
Here we go. What do you get for it?
It's great. The brass is great on it.
It's
just a beautiful thing.
Boy, if we could buy one good thing today, it was going to be the Bengal double visible gas pump.
Better get 4,000. I got 3 million. Better get 4,000. 2, 3. Now shoot on 35. 35. Now 5,000 is there. 5,000. Now shoot on 5. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 4,000. Now shoot on 4. 35 is one there. 4. Now 45. 45. And now 5 is one there. 5. Now 55. 55 and 6.
We're pickers. We're not collectors. So we're trying to buy the item, flip it, make $1,000, $1,500 on it.
Now 55, 55 and 6 down, now 85. 6 down, now the big 5 6 down, now the big 5 down, 7.
After that point in time, there's just no margin in it for us to tie up that much cash to make that little money.
Last call. Anybody else? 7,500.
We gave it a shot now. We were there for a couple of minutes. But sometimes you swing for the fences and you end up not getting it. It just happens that way. No harm done. Give me your bidding number.
Bye. I've come to two conclusions today. Sheldon's a hell of an auctioneer, and he shouldn't be allowed to buy at auction.
Oh, somebody call for first aid?
You know, you finally bought something you don't have to pack, and who cares if it bounces all the way to Calgary?
These are French foils, Scott. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I thought, well, gee, that's a pretty good buy for the few bucks that I spent on them.
I drove here.
I'll drive.
I'm driving. I'm not letting you have control of anything ever again.
Cranky, cranky, cranky. I think not everything comes down to dollars and cents. I think when I talked to Bob, he was very pleased. It was a good feel in the air. I think his father would have been pleased. Everybody went away smiling, including us. On guard, little Scotty, let's go. Oh!
Well, I'm really looking forward to getting to Ken's. I hear he's a bit of a car guy, and he may have a gas pump for us.
Too bad we missed out on the ones at Rob's place.
Maybe we can get one we can afford from Ken.
Hey, this is our guy. He looks like a car guy.
Look at the White Rose gas pumps.
Oh, those are beauts.
Where there's one gas pump, there's always more.
Now I'm excited.
This could be good. I'm looking forward to this.
Hey, I'm Sheldon.
Sheldon, how are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
Good.
Scott, how are you doing?
Scott?
Where did you get the signs you got on the outside of the building?
Just here and there. Most of them were used for patches on greeneries. When you started, you weren't really collecting, you were just saving junk. But after a while, it got to be valuable junk.
Where should we start?
Start right in here.
Looks like we're getting into the honey hole first. Wow. Oh, I love this place.
This is where all the hard work is done.
You got great stuff in your office. This is the ultimate man cave.
It's where I like to put a lot of the nicer stuff, just to show it off.
Oh, look at this, Scott. I'm guessing that's not for sale?
No, I think I'm going to hold on to it for...
If I owned it, I'd hang on to it too.
Geez, you don't see the diesel very often, do you? Or I'm almost blinded by this Esso diesel gas pump. Is that an original lens inside there?
Yes, it is, with the curved glass.
What would it take to pry this baby away from you?
It's another one that looks pretty good where it is.
This is Ken's little refuge. So it could be a little tough buying in here. That's a neat one, that little red one. It looked like a fire hydrant.
He sat outside so they could lock them up at night so nobody could take your gas.
That's very rare, isn't it?
See, it is rare.
And this is the...
That's the handle.
So you pump it like that.
Yep.
It must be a farm pump or something like that, right?
It could have been, yes.
Or maybe just a small gas station.
You could actually buy a pint of gasoline if you only needed a pint.
This one's got to be from 1920s or 30s, right?
Or before the 20s, maybe.
It's a Bowser. So what would something like this be worth?
Oh, it's probably worth $1,500.
Seriously?
It is.
Wow.
But he put a fairly hefty price on. It wasn't viable for us to turn him over at a quick profit.
Looks like you got something interesting over there. And it's a Bennett, which is a good Canadian name for gas pump. I like the weird and eclectic things, and I like the 30s pieces. And these two pieces, that farm pump and this yellow one, are pretty cool. What would you think it would take to get the red farm pump and the yellow Bennett?
I'm thinking it would still be $1,500 for the pair of them.
Yeah?
It would.
I'm gonna take a flyer on it, and this is a real flyer. Don't look at me that way. I'd go $1,000 on the pair.
Well, I think you're paying too little. So
no matter what I offered, you would think I was paying too little.
I'm sure it would be too little. If you want them, $1,300 for the pair of them. But that's it. Think about it.
11.
No. 13.
We haven't seen everything yet. And we don't want to blow our wad because there might be something really good around the corner. I love the Anarco boys.
You look at all the expensive stuff.
You're just setting me up, aren't you? This little guy is one of the most fun characters in the oil and gas.
People recognize that.
Oh. Yeah.
Ken had some Anarco oil jars. 2 pints, the tough ones to find.
What would you need out of 2 bottles?
Probably $300 for the 2 of them.
I was thinking.
It was $350, I'll do $350. That's the lowest I can go.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Don't get mad. I was thinking 1, 2, 3.
If you gave me $350 for the 3 items.
I'm not gonna argue for $50.
Okay.
Let's shake the man's hand. But all of a sudden, the ball is rolling, and in the hardest venue. You got some other stuff that you could show us?
Yeah, we could try another shot.
And away we go. Yeehaw! I loved it. We rolled into a very old farmstead. It was actually where Ken had spent his formative years.
Hey. Oh, I think we need our flashlights. Oh, my Lord.
We worked our way through the barn. Everything is covered with 1/4 of an inch of dust.
That thing's sort of fun. It's a funky lamp.
An old porcelain base on it.
Wow.
The purple.
That would have hung at a gas station in the 20s, 30s, 40s, would have hung over the 2 visible gas pumps. That was a real find.
I think there's 2 of them here.
Is there?
2 are worth twice as much as 1.
At least. I'm thinking, for where I come from, it's worth 3 times the price.
Yeah, that's the other one.
What would you want for the pair? I always like, if I can, to get the seller to make the first offer in terms of price. Then I get a sense of whether we're just out of the mark without insulting him.
They would be $300 for the 2 of them.
Would we do 2 on the pair?
We certainly would.
2.
I don't think I could do that.
2.
We just consummated a deal for you.
$250 would work.
Well, you gotta let us win a little. 2 1/4?
I think I would need $250.
I'll tell you what, we'll flip on it. If it's heads, it's 250. If it's tails, it's 2 1/4.
Sounds good.
Tails! Yes!
Story of my life.
If you can make somebody your friend and make them like you, you'll make a friend in the process and you'll always get a better deal.
There's one more building we can go and have a look.
I'm hoping maybe he's got a gas pump we can buy, because we couldn't buy the pumps at Rob's auction sale.
There's a couple of pumps in here if you want to have a look at them.
Oh, yeah?
Treasure trove.
Look at the White Rose gas pump. Everything's dark and it's like a halo over top of this beautiful yellow gas pump.
There it is.
I had to contain my joy because I knew we were leaving with it. It was only a question of how cheap we could get it. Who redid it?
I redid it, actually. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, excellent job. Wow.
It's not a problem in the oil and gas industry to repaint gas pumps because it's just so hard to get one that's in good original condition. They sat outside, they were there in the elements, so that's an acceptable thing. I think you used a more modern hose on it, right?
Actually, I think the hose is off my washing machine. Just don't tell my wife.
Now, what about this one here? That's a 50s.
That's a 50s. They put a lot more chrome on them then.
So did you redo this one too?
Yes, I did.
They look
Same
good
time.
together.
As soon as I see something I want to buy, I'm always scanning around to see if there's anything else I can throw into the deal. So Ken, what would you want for the pair of them?
I could probably go down to $1,800 for the pair of them.
You gotta leave us some meat on the bone. How about 1,300 on the pair?
Holy, I never thought of that.
I figure 1,300. Come on, we got to point out, it's got a rub.
It does have a
Right.
rub. $1,650.
There's a round number.
Yeah, and I was just going to suggest it. 1,500, I think, leaves us some room, and hopefully that's good for you too.
Thank you!
At least we don't have to flip a coin this time.
Did you take the rest of the stuff out of here so we wouldn't buy it from you?
Well, it was lots of fun wheeling and dealing with them. It makes it better for me if I enjoy it and they enjoy it.
They'd look cool indoors, outdoors, in your loft, in your garage. It's got the little Anarco boy, and we have customers for it. Pump her up there, Scott. You don't have to be a gas pump guy to appreciate them. Hey, thanks a lot, Ken. That was a lot of fun.
This is great, man. Had a great time. Got some really cool things.
Ken was a good guy.
Great guy.
This pump's gonna do well in Calgary.
You know, you just don't find him in Alberta. We got one in Ontario. Back to Alberta, we'll make a bunch of money off that one.
I'd sure like to know what the poison bottles might be worth.
Well, I think we should call them Glenn and see what they're worth. Let's pull over. What about that old cemetery right there?
Yeah, let's do it. Do cemeteries sort of creep you out?
Actually, they don't at all. Just like old stuff doesn't creep me out. I just think it's part of history. 2 weeks ago, I met Glenn. He came up to me and said, I collect poison bottles. Sure enough, we come into some poison bottles. I know exactly who to call.
Hello?
Glenn, Scott.
Hey, Scott, how's it going?
Did you get those pictures I sent?
Yeah, I did. You've got quite an interesting find there.
Now, I heard that that was a coffin-shaped bottle. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yes, in fact.
They're called in the collecting world a Canadian coffin. These bottles were the regulation bottles that pharmacists had to use. At one time, people accidentally poisoned themselves. So pharmacists came up with a solution, and that would be a specially made cobalt glass bottle. The lettering and the little stars you see on the bottle allow you to sense, using your fingers in the dark, that, yep, okay, this bottle contains poison. I better not drink it.
Sheldon and I have both dealt in poison bottles, but we're not experts in poison bottles. How many do we have?
I count about 50.
So what would you want if we took the lot?
I could go as low as 400 on 50.
Done. Now here's the $64,000 question, we hope. What are they worth?
Well, condition is really, really important with poison bottle collectors. I would say anywhere between $35 to $50 each.
Wow, and we got about 50.
Do the math.
Hey, thanks a lot, Glenn.
Thank you.
That's excellent. We got to take extra special care of them now. That's why I'm driving.
The crowd back in Alberta is going to get really excited when they see what we found in Ontario.
Whoa, I'm only
easy,
doing
fella.
60K. It's a 60 zone.
Yeah, but we got some fragile things back there.
If you don't like it, Sheldon, you drive.
I'm not sure if we got enough gas money to get home. I hope we don't have to phone your mom again for money.
I do too.
She's getting really tired of that. This time you ask.
I'm going deep. Tell my wife I love her. It's slicker than snot in a doorknob. Whoa, we're screwed. What is going on here? Are you still alive, Sheldon? The new warehouse gonna be great.
We're gonna need somebody to work it.
Hey, I'm here for the warehouse interview.
Oh, there you guys are.
Hey, Keenan.
Sheldon.
Do you know what a picker is?
I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers.
See that fork in the road? Take it. We travel all over Canada.
Looking for hidden gems in basements, attics, and barns. For me, it's all about the thrill of the hunt. Oh man, we might have hit the mother lode here. I like to move fast. I can always find something we can make a profit on.
I thought I'd seen it all, Scott. I'm looking for that one-of-a-kind item that has its own story to tell. Just like the people we meet, every story is different. It's not junk to us.
it's been a while since I've been on a ferry. Looking forward to getting on the mainland again. So once we get to the mainland, I got a couple lines on a few picks we can do. And
We've always done well around Vancouver in that area.
as long as you get enough picks, we can find some stuff. You know what? I think we spent enough time up here. Let's go in.
I'm game, I'm with you.
It's nice to get my hands around the coffee cup.
Hey, what you got there?
Wow.
Is that an eagle?
Yes,
Wow, where are you going with this stuff?
go to a gallery in Vancouver.
Usually it's me that can't quit picking. I'm always looking, but it's Sheldon that spots the guy carrying the stuff.
Good picker never sleeps. We're always on call.
I'm Scott, by the way.
Jackson.
Hi, Jackson. I'm Sheldon.
Sheldon and I are always interested in looking at any native art, particularly carvings.
Are you from the island?
Northern tip of Vancouver Island.
Oh, okay.
I come from Kincaminlit, BC. My Indian name is Marlas. That means when they come to me for advice, you don't have to see nobody else. It's the final say. It's an orca,
Yeah.
but it's an abstract orca.
Generally, West Coast carvings depict animals who have spirits and are very relevant within native culture.
The raven right here, the dorsal fin, eagle for the tail.
Yeah.
And an upside-down eagle that way.
Yeah, this is my favorite piece here.
It's cool.
It's a hummingbird.
Yeah.
Turn it that way. Got a little salmon going that way.
Not only is this guy a carver, he is prolific. More carvings and more carvings.
Oh, isn't that great? A fish.
That's a pretty eagle.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a seahorse.
Yeah, we're into a honey hole and we're just sitting there. It came to us.
Oh yeah, another. You got a thing for hummingbirds, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a hummingbird fan. Hummingbird is a gatekeeper of love.
So it's a good thing if I give my wife a hummingbird.
Yeah, you better buy it. Oh, this is a beauty. That's one of my favorite ones.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
How long have you been carving?
Since 1967.
Obviously, Jackson has done 1,000 carvings. He's a master carver. They're deep, they're fluid, they're so attractive.
People say, who taught you how to carve? I tell them, Emily Carr taught me how to carve. She inspired me, yeah.
Of course.
I foolishly skipped school just to go to the library all day long and...
Well, at least you didn't go to the pool hall.
No. Oh.
That's where I spent my days. Man, there's some good work here.
I keep getting drawn back to this one.
Yeah, I like that one because it's colored. Native carving is funny because some of the best pieces have no color. But for the commercial market, color sells. How much do you think the whole collection's worth here?
38 pieces.
Yeah.
Probably at 40, 45 a piece.
Could we maybe do 12 of them or even 8 of them?
We can do whatever we want. We're adults.
Yeah. That's not what my wife says.
You can do whatever
So I can
you
make
want
my own decisions?
as long as it's legal. I'm feeling loose as a goose.
If we were to buy everything, I'm not saying we're gonna, what would we have to pay for everything? The 2 painted pieces are very commercial, and then the other little pieces, those are fabulous to give away as gifts. Everything.
Everything, 900.
For everything?
Yeah, everything plus that.
Okay, and how much would we pay if we added these 2 to the mix?
Those 2 for... $550.
So that'd be $14.50 for everything. And what are the galleries gonna say if we buy everything off you?
I would tell them.
A gallery usually works on at least a 50% and sometimes a 100% markup. So this was an opportunity to buy these pieces at the same sort of price a gallery would pay for them. We were getting a great deal.
We'd be prepared to take all 40 pieces,
Yes.
$1,200.
Got a deal.
Okay, thank you. Now this is one of the most interesting picks we've ever done.
Yeah.
I'm happy about the negotiation.
I'd say go back and carve some more.
Saw you
On my
coming.
way. The guys were real fun.
I'm pretty happy about this.
Oh yeah, you might say that Jackson broke the ice.
Man, we better get these packed before the
Yeah,
ferry lands.
yeah, people are gonna be honking behind the truck.
Geez, I just got my sea legs and we're on the mainland.
Yeah, here we are, BC South Coast.
Oh, I'm excited.
I love Vancouver.
This is your old stomping grounds, isn't it?
Sure is. Some of the best days of my life spent out on the coast here.
A little bit of sowing of wild oats. The silence is deafening. So we're going to see Tony today. I heard he's got some advertising and maybe some toys. Never know what you're going to see, but I'm looking forward to this. I'm optimistic. So what is New Westminster famous for?
Salmon Bellies, the New Westminster Salmon Bellies, the greatest lacrosse team ever.
You just reminded me, our team won the gold medal at the Alberta Summer Games in lacrosse.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty good.
Remember those Adidas short shorts? That's what we all played in.
That's an image I don't need to think about.
Yeah. I actually have a picture of me playing soccer one time. I'm going across the crease to make a save, and I'm sort of spread out. And if you saw that, you would say, that is not the same human being.
How so?
I was skinny, reasonably muscular, and I was young. I think we're coming up to it pretty close. Oh,
There's got to be right here behind this truck.
Oh, okay, there it is, yep. This is the place.
Yeah.
Tony's Demolition.
Hey, are you Tony?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Tony, Scott.
Nice to meet you.
You might have some stuff for us to look at.
I got lots of stuff. I am a demolition company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I try to recycle what I can. I collect everything. I have toilets, doors, building material, furniture, even the kitchen sink.
A little bit of salvage here, Tony.
Yeah.
I'm hoping there's one or two treasures mixed in amongst a bunch of demolition stuff. You got a couple square feet of empty space up top here.
Yeah. I'm going deep. Tell my wife I love her. Whoa.
Geez, you're a climber, eh? Holy smokes.
Sheldon, look at that sign.
Yeah, I was admiring it.
Okay, I'm coming down. Let me see how I can do this. I think I'm just gonna jump.
That's a great sign.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's from a designer that made my other signs about 20 years ago.
It's good.
What would you have to pay to get that made 20 years ago?
It was over $1,000.
I'm thinking a little lighter.
A lot lighter.
Would you? Yeah. Tony does salvage. He's got all kinds of stuff. Pretty attractive sign, isn't it?
It is good.
Would you consider, say, something in the $150 range?
No. It's worth $1,000.
Well, no, it cost $1,000.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's
Oh,
worth $1,000.
I paid $1,000.
And we could do it at $200, but that's the top nut.
I'm always up for a deal. Got a deal.
Hey. Perfect. You got anywhere else to show us?
Yeah, in the backyard. Come on. Have a look.
I'm gonna beat you. Sometimes, you know, you look for Shangri-La, and you get toilet heaven.
Turns out we have the rainbow of mid-century, mid-modern toilets.
Modern toilets. Got anything else, Tony?
Scott was hilarious, like he'd never seen a toilet before.
Oh, God. You get a gumball, looks like 1960s. It's got the acorn shape because it was an acorn gumball machine. Nice little machine. What would you need out of that gumball?
125?
You know what? The most we could go on that is probably 60, 65 bucks. That's the most, like.
I think I'm into it for about $50, $60.
Yeah, so you
roughly.
So you make 10 bucks.
Whoa.
10 to 15.
What about $75? You go up a little, I go down a little.
Yeah, you see.
Work with me.
You've done this before, I can see.
Yeah, all my life.
He wants too much for that one. So it's time to tag team Tony.
Sheldon, I'll let you make the call.
Two-man take him down. Scott hold him while I give him a couple of dukes. Hey, well, Tony, I got an idea. I just spotted something really creepy back there, that bat. What if we bought the two together?
What am I getting myself into here? Yeah, that is creepy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of like a version of the Victorian concept of putting dead animals in boxes, right?
How about $100 for the two?
Whoa, you stepped up. I'd take it if I was you, because I don't think you'll get a better offer if I have anything to say about it.
$100, okay.
Done.
Deal.
Good.
Deal.
Thanks.
All right. Well, let's keep looking.
All right.
So what's the
the sign at the back. Is that a neon?
Yeah, it's a neon old TV sign.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's a good one, isn't it?
Have you ever had it lit up?
No, I haven't.
So you don't even know what the colors are?
No.
Anyone that collects TV memorabilia, anyone that collects sort of space-age design, in fact, anyone that collects TV guides would want that sign. So what do you have to have out of that?
$800.
$800?
Yeah.
I almost fell over when he said that. And you don't know if it works.
No.
For $800, wouldn't you get it working?
A friend of mine paid $1,200 for it.
So just because he got taken doesn't mean we have to get taken. I hope I don't insult you, but not working, we'd be looking at $200 on a sign like that.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
So what would you sell it for, realistically?
Realistically? $500.
Well, you're getting closer to where we need to be.
I go $550.
You were at 5 a minute ago.
I know. The fun in the negotiation is it's like a game. My tactic is I'll raise the price. If they keep going lower, I'll keep going higher. And I said, you had your chance. You know, now it's this price.
How about $350?
How about $450? That's from 8. Don't forget.
We're having some fun, and that was the key with Tony. He likes a transaction, but Tony's just like us. He likes to have some fun doing it.
I'm giving you a friend price.
Okay, because you're my friend, $400.
$425.
Done.
All right, thank you, Tony.
I think we'll make some money on it. If it works, we'll make a lot of money on it.
A little more in my price range. That tequila bottle there is pretty good, isn't it?
But it's empty.
Tequila, yeah! What do you want for that?
No, no!
Yeah!
No!
20 bucks.
But look at that tequila bottle. That's a classic, Scott.
No!
I'll give you 10.
No!
15.
No! No!
Deal. Deal.
Do you know what it's worth? The
15.
refund. 5 cents. We got a couple really, really good items, and we got some small good items as well. This is a bit of a pig, this thing, Sheldon. What a great sign, though.
Yeah. I don't mind taking a flyer on something good. I feel like we won on that one. We slammed Tony to the ground. 1, 2, 3.
This is quite cool, Shel.
I love it.
Everything you want on a piece of advertising, we'll have a number of people that want to buy that sign.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
I had a blast, guys. Anytime.
Thanks a lot.
Make sure you come back again.
See you next time through.
All right, guys.
Okay.
All right.
Have a safe trip. Really nice guys. We all made some money and they got some merchandise.
I was a little worried to start with, but I feel good about that.
At the end of the day, we got 3 pretty good things.
Fraser River is one huge river.
Keep your eyes peeled. This is the kind of area where you might actually see an old corner store or an old farmhouse or something that we could pick.
What if we did a cold call?
I love cold calls, as long as you do the door knock. I think I just saw something. Is that a ferry? Way over there in the distance. It looks like an old boat of some kind, right behind that old barn.
Well, that's worth checking out.
This looks like a road here.
That's pretty deep snow.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's been in here for a while.
Yikes.
As soon as I turn down that side road, don't want to get stuck here. It's slicker than snot in a doorknob. Wow, they're like a skating rink.
Think we should maybe park and walk in?
Well, there's somebody living here. I'm a little worried about this hill.
Oh, yeah.
We're screwed.
Whoa. I don't want to go over the side here because it's a pretty steep embankment.
Well, I'm going to back it up a little bit. The road's good until we get to this point.
Keep it straight.
I think, you know what, Sheldon?
Let's walk in. We just walk by that no trespassing sign.
You got it.
Whoa.
What is going on here? This is amazing. It's like naval graveyard. I guess we got to check it out.
Oh, yeah.
It's a barge. I'm not sure if we should risk going over there.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's coming.
Hi, can I help you?
Hi, I'm Scott. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm Gerald.
Gerald, sorry.
Gerald.
Sheldon. We sort of breached the no trespassing rule, but we just couldn't avoid looking at this crazy place.
Are these your ships?
Yeah.
So what do you do with them? Why do you have them?
Just like you have anything else, I guess.
Yeah.
Just occupying space. Do you want to go have a look?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea what we're going to see in the boat, what's going to happen.
Race you across the bridge.
Get a head start. You always got to have a head start, don't you? A little edge.
Oh, this is cool.
There's cars and trucks on here. Look at the Volkswagen van. It's like a scene from a horror movie, but I can see there's merchandise. Can you believe this?
I truly don't know what to
Want me
make
to
of
go
it.
turn the lights on?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
Okay.
great.
Hey, can I ask, what's her name?
It's the old Queen of Sydney.
Queen of Sydney? I've been on this ship a few times. It's starting to all fill in. We're on the Queen of Sydney, a decommissioned British Columbia ferry. This is a ferry that went back and forth from Victoria to the mainland from 1960 to about the year 2000.
There's lights down below work.
Can you fire them up?
Yeah.
Yeah, turn the heat on, too.
Do we have to walk
You
down
have to
there?
run on the spot for heat.
Jerry, you got a boat anchor.
Yeah.
What do you want for it? How much?
I don't know. What do you think's fair?
50 bucks?
Okay.
Shake the man's hand, Sheldon.
Hey, I just noticed this, Jerry. Albert Savoy from Victoria. Would you part with this?
I don't know.
We give you another 50 for it if you want it.
No, worth more than that.
What do you want then?
I don't know. Maybe a couple $100.
Not sure we can make any money at a couple hundred.
How about 100? All of a sudden, another guy appeared.
What are you doing to my anchor?
Well, I stumbled over it.
Scott, how are you?
I'm Bob.
Apparently this is Jerry's brother, Bobby. And you gotta know Bobby's tough because he's wearing an aluminum hard hat and it's about -15.
How you doing?
Good.
What do you think this is worth?
I
Oh, I
told him
don't know.
200.
Sheldon's stunned by the price. So I step in and start trying to do the double dance here. And I ask Bobby, how much do you need out of it? He says 200. 100 bucks, done. And the look on Jerry's face, I would have paid to see that.
We'll let you guys fight over that later.
Yeah.
Now this is starting to look pretty good.
Why are all these things in here? What is going on?
Keeps it level.
But it's not level.
Just always played with boats.
Yeah, we've always been in the water.
Well, I want to check over here. I want to make sure we're not walking by anything good.
And there's a whole bunch more stuff. I found the sporting good department, Scott.
Anything good?
Pieces, lots and lots of pieces.
There's some tractors. How the hell did you get in there?
Gotta climb. Have you figured out what's going on here, Scott?
I can honestly say I have not figured it out yet. And I think if I live 1,000 years, I still won't figure it out.
You guys like fishing gear, eh?
No, those are Charlie's. The guy that lives in here.
You mean a guy lives here?
Yeah.
We're finding things.
What's the fairyland thing? We've got a guy that would like that.
That's Charlie's.
Ask if this is for sale, if that's for sale. Unfortunately, there's a third party involved, Charlie.
Oh, he's watching.
Oh, he's the watchman.
People come in the middle of the night with flashlights and steal stuff, which is why they have Charlie there. What's all this? Is this yours?
Charlie's that end.
Are the records yours?
No, they're Charlie's.
Unfortunately, most of the stuff we want is Charlie's. Wow, there's a nice little mercury shell.
Hey, Scott, before you stick your hand in somewhere, I'd say there's rats.
Yeah.
No, punch him on the nose.
Yeah.
Nice 50s mercury boat motor. We got a guy that might like that.
That one's Charlie's here.
Every time I see something I like, it's Charlie's. Well, you're gonna take us up top?
Yeah.
Let's go up top. John, look at the old car.
Oh, wow, an old 30s, eh?
Look at the logo on that thing. Dodge Brothers. Have you ever seen a car with the Dodge Brothers logo? Oh, Sheldon, there's a panel van here. That's the truck we need for Double S Antiques. The Chevrolet Apache. We've been looking for a good panel van for years. Are you still alive, Sheldon?
What did you get so excited? Oh, the ice cream.
The ice cream truck. This is what we need for Double S Antiques.
This whole side here is Charlie's.
Oh, no!
You want to go up there and get a bird's eye view?
Sure. I'm always game.
You can skate up here.
Ice, ice, ice. We get right up on the top where the crow's nest is. I'm going up.
Ice rain is pelting down on us. We're in a foot of snow.
See if I can do this. It's pretty slick, though.
It's a nasty day, and Scott's going up the poop deck. Be careful, man.
See if I can do this. It's pretty slick, though. I'm telling my wife you put me up to it. You triple dog dared me. It's not a good idea to climb up metal railings covered in ice in cowboy boots.
You're a little too heavy to catch. Man, you are an impressive looking man from below, though.
I'm king of the world.
I have a newfound respect for Scott.
He's brave, I'm stupid.
Ah, we got fire going.
Oh, that's good.
Fire in the engine room.
Well, is there anything else, guys, that we should see?
No.
Let's get our boat anchor and buoy and let's hit the road, man. I think I bought the best of the two pieces. I got the anchor, but when it comes to carrying them out of there, Sheldon got the best buy.
Whoa! Here, can I throw you a life preserver?
Maybe if I get the track, I'll be better.
Given the choice between buying something heavy and something light, always go for the light item.
Brave, stupid.
Yeah.
Hey,
I got an idea. We spot a little child's swimming pool.
That's a pretty good life preserver. Hey, good pick. It's not bad.
Bobby, it was a pleasure.
Nice to meet
Jerry.
Jerry, a pleasure.
Hey,
Yeah.
you run a tight ship.
you. Yeah.
If we get stuck, can you help push us out?
Yeah.
Definitely one of the most surreal picks I've ever been on. But that was fun.
Are my wheels straight? It's a sheer ditch on one side, it's a sheer ditch on the other side. You got a road that's about 10 feet wide and your tracks are 8 feet wide. Let's try it again.
Scott never tenses up unless he's backing in a whiteout.
I can't see anything, right?
Listen to Bobby.
go ahead, 2 feet and then turn.
Okay.
All right.
See you guys.
We'll see ya.
Take it easy. Scott and Sheldon, I think they're okay guys.
Maybe we can sell them something more.
Oh, I can't believe we're out of there. Thought we were spending the night.
I thought we were sleeping in Charlie's trailer in the Queen of Sydney.
No!
Oh my God, that was unbelievably scary. So we're going to see Ken today. We've got two 48-foot storage containers filled to the brim with stuff. And he's got some stuff in the yard as well.
This sounds good.
Now, I played hockey against the Langley Lords. I always liked coming to Langley to play because they had that Olympic-sized ice surface, and I could go a game without getting crushed into the boards 10 times.
Hopefully Ken doesn't crush us into the board.
Yeah, exactly. This is it, up here on the left.
Oh yeah, there's the containers.
Yep, and there's a yard full of stuff.
Oh, it's spilling out of the containers.
Yeah.
Hey, are you Ken?
I am.
Scott.
And Sheldon. Nice to meet you.
Hey, great.
Ken's a big, lean guy, smile on his face, twinkle in his eye, just like us, other than the big and lean part. So what's going on here? What's with all the trailers?
Just stuff I've collected over my years of collecting and buying and selling. My mom started me collecting around about 14 years old. The greatest joy in dealing with collectibles for me is when I go out and I crawl through somebody's barn and get covered with cobwebs, whatever, and I come home with that little thing that I've been looking for, and I get to put it on my shelf.
Is this all stuff for sale?
You can pretty well hit me with anything.
It's all for sale.
It is.
That's what we like to hear.
I'm willing to part with anything but my wife.
Where'd you get the washing machine that somebody turned into a cooler?
Oh, that came out of an old building up near Chilliwack. There would have been a mesh on there.
Yeah.
And your ice went on the top.
Yeah.
And then your product went down the bottom.
Right.
And then on the lid, if you lift it up, it's dated in 1908.
Scott and I both know that's not an original Pepsi cooler. Someone painted it with a Pepsi logo.
What would it cost two pickers from Alberta for, I don't even know what to call it.
Call it a beer cooler.
It's an original icebox.
We can do one of three things with that. One, we can get it redone and make it look really good. Two, we can sell it as is, or three, we can use it in the warehouse for beer. So how much?
3.5.
Ooh. Yeah.
Ouch.
From our perspective, it's more like a $100 bill.
Yeah.
Now, if it was painted good, then we got a different story, but we're gonna have to strip it and repaint it.
I'd do it for 2.
How about 175?
Give me a 5-spot more and you got it.
180 bucks.
180 bucks.
Not gonna argue for $5. Ken seems keen on selling to us, which is a good sign.
I'm gonna go in for a sec, Shell.
All right.
This is gonna be a bit of a dirty pick. We're gonna be squeezing in narrow places, but hopefully we'll find a gem. I'm gonna go right back and I'm gonna walk through and then I'm gonna let you come in and walk through.
In a perfect situation, Scott and I both go in, but it's so tight, we're gonna have to tag team it.
I'm gonna get you to come take a look at this green trunk that's back here. That was a prairie piece, either Hutterite, Mennonite, Doukhobor, a folk art piece, a great piece anyone could use for a coffee table. Just like Stampede Wrestling, tag.
I'm in.
You finding anything, Sheldon?
I like the trunk.
Is it the green one?
Yeah, the green painted one underneath everything.
Yeah.
How much is it?
280.
That's an odd number. Where'd you pick that one out of? Like not 250, not 300?
No, I like odd numbers.
219.
That's an odd number, isn't it? How's 249?
How's 229?
And $1 more.
230 bucks. Okay,
230.
done.
Okay.
Okay, come on out. Let's get in the other one. Can I go up?
You can go up.
Always great when you get to a place where there's lots of stuff and the guy's prepared to play ball. Old Salada tea sign, 1930s maybe?
1925, I would say.
Yeah, they came in all different colors. I've got red and white one.
Then what you need is a yellow and black.
What would you want for that guy?
110.
Yeah, that's steep. This one's a bit beat.
That adds more flavor to the piece, as far as I'm concerned.
If it was flat out mint, we paid $300 for a flat out mint one.
But that's more fun to have it this way.
Ken doesn't care if the condition's not great. He just says, I like it better that way. So we're not gonna get any discounts based on condition today. How about, don't hate me for it, 65 bucks. That's a little more than half of what you said.
I would go 90.
Sheldon, hold out your hand. No, don't shake him yet. 75 bucks. 75 bucks.
85.
Oh, I'm better at 80.
84.
Wait. Let's go at 80.
I'll take that 80.
I'm going deep. You see if you can find anything up front.
Is this something you'd part with?
Yeah, I would think I might.
1 1/4?
140.
Sold. 140 it is.
Ken, you got an old school trumpet here. What do you need out of it?
How about 50?
How about 46?
52.
37.
50's a deal.
Sheldon?
Yes?
Shake the man's hand at 48.
50.
No, 48.
50 works for me.
That'll
Thanks.
work.
Whoa.
Are you still alive in there, Scotty?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a pretty good looking little saddle tree.
Yeah. That's a stitching horse.
I know it as a saddle maker's bench. The brass, the hardware, everything was well done on it. Take it home, put it in your living room with a saddle on it. Nice display piece. I do 100.
Can you do $10 better? And I'll do it 110.
Never argue for that. On a good piece.
Yep.
I'm coming out. I did find a cute little book and an old Empress tin.
I just bought the whole trailer, lock, stock, and barrel.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Pulling your leg.
But he can.
No, he can't.
No?
Nice little book.
Yeah.
The complete poems of Pauline Johnson.
The last date on it's 1930.
I know a little bit about Pauline Johnson. I think she was a pretty well-known Canadian poet. What would you want for a little book like that?
That's a rare book, and it's in really good shape. I would want $100 for that book.
Whoa, 100? It is a nice book, but it isn't worth $100.
I have had that for 25 years.
Ken, 25 years. Time to move that one along, I would think.
That's just a fun piece.
It's only the 14th printing.
I'm partial to that book. Honestly, I would sell it for $60.
Will you throw in the Empress tin?
I will.
Okay, $60 with the Empress tin, done.
Okay.
Shake the man's hand, Sheldon. Okay, Sheldon, tag.
All right.
Before you go back,
yeah,
I spotted a toy on my way out. Can you grab that for me?
Got it.
I'll look at that while you're digging. Nice little red and green toy truck. Guys love those. They stick them up on a shelf, put a couple cans on either side, and they've got a decorated kitchen. What would you want for that?
My bottom line on that, 125.
You're already starting with the bottom line.
Okay.
Already starting with
trying
the
to be
bottom
nice.
line. I'd do 75 on it.
I know I told you bottom line, but you guys have bought lots of things. $100.
Done. I knew that's where you were going with it, so. What you find, Sheldon?
Just a great little piece of folk art.
I would call that tramp art, actually.
It's definitely primitive. It's in the same style as tramp art because whoever made it was just using whatever blocks or materials they could find. But the guy really had a flair to it. And you could either sit it on a table or you could hang it up on the wall.
I hate to interrupt this stellar conversation, but my feet are freezing.
Oh,
Cut to the quick.
Do you care about that, Ken?
That your feet are freezing?
I know he
Yeah.
doesn't.
What do you want for it?
I kind of prize that piece in a way.
Keeping in mind we've been your best customer of the day.
Probably $200 would be best I would want to do on that.
175.
Can you bend that way? And come up a little.
Just don't ask me to bend over.
Won't do that. It's pretty neat, that.
Oh, no, you were going to bend a little bit. You said you were going to bend a little bit.
I know. Well, okay, 195.
Sheldon, how about this? We'll beat him up. You'll bend seriously on another piece, and we'll bend on this one.
Oh. Done. 195, sold.
195.
I've been bending lots.
You're standing straight up. We're the ones in there doing the bending.
What can I say?
There we go. There's an old drugstore sign. 1950s, maybe? 40s?
I would say 40s. Most of them don't have the 3 sections to it.
Yeah.
That's a great sign. 3-piece porcelain steel. It's in about 8 out of 10 condition. What would you want for a sign like that?
You might have a heart attack. Okay,
Uh-oh.
I paid $1,500 for it.
Why?
Wow, you stepped up.
You had a bad day.
Yeah.
I like it a lot, but I don't like it at
I know.
$1,500.
For you guys, I might take a $300 drop.
I think bottom line, most we could pay, and you're not going to like it,
No, it's fine.
$900.
I would take a bite and let it go for 11, but it's just what I paid for it. That's the problem.
Yeah, and I think we've reached a bit of an impasse here because I was sticking my neck out at 900.
I understand.
And you're not happy with that, and I'm not happy with paying any more.
All right.
Okay, we'll shake on a no deal that time.
That's done.
Just
That's
shaking
good.
a no deal.
Okay.
No hard feelings.
No, not at all.
But I wanted to ask you about the weather vane. Nice folksy piece.
It is.
And some guy used every material he could think of. Check this out, aerosol cans. I love primitives, especially if they're good. Especially if they're big and good. What do you think?
$500.
Ridiculous. Wouldn't pay that in a million years.
Rock bottom, and that's it, max. at 200 bucks. Because the paint's coming off of it and...
Done. Yes. All right, that's a good way to end off.
I was saying, that's the kind of thing we'd pay 2 for, hoping he was going to say, no, I couldn't do that.
Thank you very much.
But he shook my hand on it, so now we're stuck with it.
He who opens his mouth
Oh.
gets to own it. I don't want it anymore. So I made up my mind if somebody would make me an offer, no matter what the level was, I was going to accept it before they could finish the sentence.
I was coming there to 2 as well, so
Yeah, that's okay.
good. Yeah, no, I'm happy.
Ken got me on that one. You live by the handshake, you die by the handshake.
Let's head east. And you got some good stuff, and I love the way you have a good time selling it.
I just hate leaving this sign. I know I want it, but unfortunately, I got to drive all the way back to Calgary with him.
$1,000. That's the bottom line I'll do, and that's it on that one.
That's a tough call, because it's a good thing.
It is a good sign. 3 sections is tough to get. I'm trying to be nice on this.
I'd like to have it at $750. Shake the man's hand at $1,000.
No, I won't.
It's a real close call, Sheldon. I think,
Would you be offended if Scott and I had a little parlay in private?
No.
Scott, are you sure on this one?
No, I'm not sure at all. If I was sure, I would have pulled the trigger immediately.
$1,000 seems like a lot.
It's a flyer for me. This is a real flyer for me. I can tell you I've seen lots of them before, but I've never seen one quite as good condition as this for sale. And to get the 3 on it is tough.
You know what? Signage is your department. You make a call on it.
I think we take a flyer on it.
Okay.
Ken!
Yeah.
Very reluctantly, I think I've talked my partner into doing it, $1,000.
Okay, that's yours.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ah, that's neat.
I'm carrying this one out. I like this sign. I'm not sure, but I think we can make some money on that sign. Just don't slip. Somebody will make a nice coffee table out of that trunk.
Going through the top of the van. Oh, whoa, who's driving, man? I love the airplane weather vane. We just have to get it home in one piece. We're heading back east with a good load and a new friend. Hey, Ken. That was a lot of fun.
It was wonderful.
Yeah,
Have
that
a
was
great
fabulous. Hopefully that thing stays on all the way to Alberta.
You'll fly all the way with it.
Thanks a lot.
Have a great day.
Take care.
They go home happy, I go home happy, and I go off and do another pick myself.
Man, that was fabulous. And I know you're a little reluctant, but I'm really happy with that Rexall sign.
Well, if you're happy, I'm happy. I'm glad we're leaving on a good note.
Hopefully that thing stays on top all the way back home.
Let's go to Alberta.
We are flying off into the sunset.
Well, we're driving away from the sunset, but I know what you mean.
We're flying anyway.
Yeah.
The new warehouse is going to be great when the renovations are done. It's going to be everything we want.
But you know what? We're going to need somebody to work it. Why don't we advertise and interview a few people?
We got to get somebody that can deal with the stuff as it comes in, open it, clean it, price it.
Somebody that can maybe tolerate your quirkiness a little bit.
My quirkiness.
We might have to do some serious recruiting.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm here for the warehouse interview.
Are you Jordan?
Yeah.
Oh, there you guys are.
You Melissa?
Yes, I'm here for the interview.
Hey, Keenan.
Sheldon.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
You know Scott?
Nice to meet
Scott.
Scott. Nice to meet you.
I actually used to work in a warehouse, and I was just one of the warehouse workers, you know, packing the boxes, and I was actually thrown into a managerial role. That's why I think I'm like perfect for this.
We're looking for somebody to man the shop while we're not around.
Well, you guys are off running around having fun, eh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like your style already. So.
Yeah.
Now, do you come by those things naturally, or did you have to work to get them?
What are you talking about, the tattoos or the muscles?
No, I'm talking about the muscles.
I guess pick stuff up and put it down a lot. I guess between the military and now fighting professionally, it's just it's part of the trade, I guess.
Are you winning professionally?
Yes, I am.
Yeah?
Yes, I am.
Good.
Yeah, you said in your resume that you've spent 25 years on Earth.
Yeah, that is what I said, yeah.
Where'd you spend the other part of your life?
I don't know, I guess somewhere out there, you know, out in the stars, you know.
How would you describe your personality?
Oh my God. Wacky?
You've never, like, poked a boss in the eye or anything like that?
No.
Have you broken a
No.
nose? No? What's the first thing you think of when you wake up in the morning?
Just what a blessing it is to actually wake up, you know. Usually that's enough.
I usually think about coffee.
What do you bring to the table that nobody else could?
I would bring a female into the business. I think it'd create some fun and excitement. I think we would work good together.
I think she's suggesting we're not in touch with our feminine side.
I think she might be right.
Do you know anything about antiques and collectibles?
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you like?
Well, because I'm a musician, anything music related is huge. So old phonographs, old records, old instruments. And then two, I really like folk art.
You'd like my collection.
I grew up around antiques with my father, and I know how to handle them, I know how to move them, I know which ones are fragile.
Do you know what a picker is?
So why this job? Why this time?
I don't know, it just seems like divine timing, you know what I mean?
I have the energy that this position requires. It's a no-brainer, really.
Well, I've worked with Scott long enough to know that he's gonna beat you up occasionally.
And just remember, you can't fight back because I'm the boss.
It's good for me to work on my defense. I'll slip lots of punches and move and run.
Well, Keenan, it's been great.
Thank you.
Sheldon and I have some things to talk
Good to see
about,
you.
and then we're going to get back to you.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye. Man, speaking of fireballs,
You got a bob and weave.
I'd like to have all of them.
I was gonna say,
I
why
think
don't
we could package.
No, that isn't gonna work.
Yeah, it's hard to decide. I got a quiz for you. Name 2 famous drummers who choked on their own vomit.
Oh, Scott.
Name me a famous drummer to start.
Well, let's say Ringo Starr.
That's what you got one.
All right, you're gonna want to tell me who they are anyhow.
Do you remember Keith Moon?
Of course.
Choked on his own vomit. Remember John Bonham?
No.
Led Zeppelin?
Oh, okay.
Choked on his own vomit.
That's disgusting.
I am a fountain of useless information.